The alarm clock blares with a piercing coldness at 5 a.m. The room is silent, save for that rhythmic, demanding scream. Mark stares at the ceiling, his eyes tracing the shadows of a world still asleep. His hand hovers over the snooze button, a small plastic lever that represents the easy path. This is the first battlefield of his day. It is not a war of grand gestures, but a quiet struggle against the comfort of the sheets. He feels the pull of sleep, the seductive whisper that 5 more minutes won't matter. But he knows better. He pulls his hand back, rejecting the compromise. He swings his legs over the side of the bed, feeling the weight of his own body. When his feet plant firmly on the cold floor, the battle is won. He does not wait for a burst of inspiration or a feeling of readiness. He simply stands up. In the dim light of the kitchen, the ritual begins. He pours a glass of water, the sound of the liquid echoing in the stillness. He opens a notebook, the pages crisp and demanding. He writes exactly 1 paragraph. It is not a masterpiece. It is not meant to change the world today. But it is finished. Outside, the world remains trapped in darkness, but Mark is already moving, a lone gear turning in a frozen clock. He ignores the digital siren song of his phone. There are no updates more important than his own progress. He laces his running shoes, the knots tight and secure. As he steps out the door for a 15-minute walk, the cold air hits his lungs. They burn, and his legs feel heavy with the remnants of sleep. Yet, he maintains his pace. He is not training for a marathon. He is training his soul for the weight of discipline. By 8 a.m., the rest of the world is just beginning to stir. Most people are still debating the merits of their to-do lists, lost in the fog of indecision. Mark has already cleared 3 items. He views his energy not as a feeling, but as a ledger. Every distraction he rejects is a deposit into his future self. Every task he completes is a hard-won gain. When a colleague sends a non-urgent message, a ping of social expectation, Mark silences the notification without a second thought. He treats his schedule like a binding legal contract that must be honored above all else. He does not stop to ask himself if he feels like working. The question of feeling is irrelevant to the execution. He simply opens his laptop and begins the first task, letting the work dictate the mood rather than the mood dictate the work. By noon, the momentum is undeniable. It is a physical force now, a tailwind generated by his own earlier efforts. He is not chasing a massive, distant dream that feels impossible to touch. Instead, he is ruthlessly focusing on the current hour. He reads 5 pages of a technical manual, his highlighter moving with precision across the text. Each highlighted point is a seed planted. Each page is a small, heavy brick being laid into a larger structure. To an outsider, it looks boring. It looks repetitive. But Mark sees the invisible architecture of his life rising around him. He knows the mathematics of consistency. He knows that if he repeats this simple, brutal process for 300 days, the results will not just be likely, they will be inevitable. He is building a fortress out of minutes. He understands that most people fail because they overestimate what they can do in a day, but they utterly underestimate what they can do in a year of focused hours. He embraces the boredom. He welcomes the monotony. He finds a strange, quiet joy in the act of highlighting a single sentence, knowing it is one step closer to mastery. He is not looking for a miracle. He is looking for the compounding interest of his own labor. Every page turned is a victory over the version of himself that wanted to stay in bed. Every technical detail understood is a weapon forged for a future battle. He is the architect, the mason, and the laborer, all at once, working in the heat of the midday sun without complaint. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across his office, Mark reviews his day. He did not achieve a miracle today, but he did not fall into debt. He closes his laptop with a definitive click. He cleans his desk, aligning his notebook and pen, preparing his workspace for tomorrow morning. The cycle is simple, repetitive, and brutal. He understands that the extraordinary is merely the mundane performed with unwavering consistency. He turns off the light, leaving the room in shadows, ready to repeat the process all over again. The choice is yours now. The screen in front of you is a crossroad. Will you continue to scroll, consuming the lives of others, or will you execute your next task? The path to the extraordinary is open and waiting. Take the first step. Stand up.